6 students who attended Harriman High in Utah committed suicide. This all happens in one single year. There was such a stir in the community that YouTube carried the story created by Wall Street Journal to bring awareness to people of the new phenomenon. Social network and mass communications are to blame for an increase in suicide rates among teens. We need to know what we're confronting so that we know how to deal with it. Professor of psychology at San Diego State University, Jean Twenge, says researchers found that sudden increase in teen symptoms of depression, suicide risk factors, and suicide rates happened in 2012, around the same time when smartphones became popular. On February 16, 2021, US Magazine reported that girls who started using social media 2 to 3 hours a day or more at the age of 13, and then increased over time, had the highest level of suicide risk in emerging adulthood. The study was done by Sarah Coyne. She's Associate Director of School of Family Life at Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah. So this is what it seemed to look like. And Facebook had taken over society. But this was among adults. And in young kids, it seemed to be different. And all of a sudden, what we are seeing is that the younger generation doesn't really know if there's a harm being done. 36% do feel that there is some harm, and it's because of the bullying. But that's all. A majority of 18 to 29-year-olds say that they use Instagram and Snapchat, not Facebook, while roughly half say they use TikTok. You know, Sean Parker at Facebook, first president, says that the company was intended to hook you. That's what he said on his interview at CBS. You know, smartphone helps release dopamine. Dopamine makes you feel good, and that's why we want responses to texts. We want response to our post. We want to make sure somebody has responded. We say, there's one check, there's not 2 checks. I don't know why they have not seen my text. You know, higher level of dopamine can lead to feelings of euphoria, bliss, and enhanced motivation and concentration. Therefore, exposure to substances and activities that increase dopamine can be addictive to some people, and that's why children become addicted to candy. They see candy and they want more. The Addiction Center states that psychologists estimate that 5 to 10% of Americans meet the criteria of social media addiction today. They have something also called phantom vibration syndrome, something that didn't exist a few years ago. That's where you feel that the phone has vibrated, so you check to see who has called, and you want to know if somebody sent you a text, and it's actually no one. It's just that phantom vibration syndrome. Or you hear something vibrating or something ring, and you immediately pick up your phone, and you'll notice 4, 5, 6 people pick up their phone thinking it's their phone. Phantom vibration syndrome. In an article published in 2019 by the International Journal of Mental Health Addiction, they say that compared to other traditional forms of addiction, the internet is not a substance and therefore has been conceptualized as a behavioral addiction. Social media has been linked to stress, psychological distress, anxiety, and depression. It is stated by Dr. Paul Simpson, a forensic psychologist of the state of Arizona, as the reason for an increase in attention deficit disorder among school children. Increased suicide and homicides should make us reflect. We must understand why to be able to confront its effect, but also to take advantage of its benefits. There are positives, it's not all negatives. What we can expect in the future is phones will be digital light. Some phones, computers, tablets will be flexible where we can change the size of them just on the spot, as you will, as you need. Knowing the advancement of technology, what are we willing to do to receive its benefits but avoid its harms? We have age restrictions for many things. Should we consider age restriction on things that can become dangerous? Children go onto the internet and find porn, not because they're looking for porn, because porn has found ways to be able to access children's activities. Should we provide and create restrictions? Should we consider regulating it? When the car was created, they found out that we had created something wonderful, but they soon found out that it does destroy property. It does run over people and kill people. So they needed to regulate it so that we could take advantage of the benefits of it and be aside from the harms, try to avoid the harms of it. We are headed to a time when we'll see robots, computerized algorithms as we do in Wall Street now. It's not people running around and yelling as much. There's computers doing the buying and selling. We have artificial intelligence where we add on our information and how we respond to things, and it reads us and then it responds for us just as we would respond. Technology is rapidly improving. Unless we understand it, we will get absorbed by its negative consequences. Smartphones are used for social networks and communications, but it's also causing mental illness. We can't stop the advancement, the progress, but we can take advantage of the advancement and not get lost in the process. Knowing what it causes, that it causes so much harm, yet it's so beneficial, how can we balance this out? The answer is regulating internet and technology is the key to a better tomorrow. Thank you.